everybody. My next guest is currently in her 5th season on the huge smash hit show ER. Please welcome Maura Tierney. You look lovely.
Thank you.
Did you think I was sexy when I was wearing the Samuel L. Jackson coat? Did that look? Oh, good. That's
absolutely.
all. Good.
And I was picturing you in this because this is black velvet too.
I'll put that on after the show. Yeah. Now, so much to talk about. You've been on. I didn't realize it's been five years now.
Yeah, this is my 6th season.
6th season, and you've been playing a nurse on the show, which is, of course, an acting job. But then you save your husband's life.
Yes.
In real life.
Yes.
How did this happen?
Well, he complained of. Now I see I talk like I'm a doctor now on the show.
Because you learn all these, you learn the jargon, and then it gets into your head.
Yes.
And then I guess you feel like you know stuff.
You do, but I did, because he had nausea, and he had localized tenderness in his right lower abdomen, and he had a fever.
Right.
And all of that is a bad combination. And so I was checking him for what we call rebound tenderness.
How did you learn?
Meaning fake doctors and nurses.
This is what actors learn, is about rebound tenderness.
And then my husband said, "Get your hands off me, you're not a real doctor," which I did.
Right.
But then I was right, and he had to have his appendix removed.
So you said, I've from doing television, I've learned that this might be a bad thing you have. And then did you take him to the hospital and say, he's got rebound tenderness and localized ICMD, so I think we have to immediately neutralize the jub-jub?
Yes, and the doctor said... That's what I said.
Neutralize the jub-jub. Do it, folks. Yeah.
And the doctor said it was a very sick appendix. So
I would hear those symptoms and I would think, like, ate a bad burrito. Right. I wouldn't necessarily go to that.
That's what he was saying, but I was saying, no, I'm
Now,
right.
are you good around sick people? Are you a caring person? You're not?
No.
Well, what do you like?
I don't like sick people.
I love that. I love anyone that comes out. You know what? I don't like sick people. And the elderly. And kittens.
It's not, it's not that I'm not a natural nurturer, which I blame my mother for.
Why is that? You blame your mom. It's always good to blame your parents on everything.
No, because we weren't sort of allowed to be sick. I don't know if you had this kind of, I don't know if it's an Irish Catholic, but you just weren't allowed to be sick. It wasn't sort of accepted. And if we stayed home from school sick, we had to vacuum.
Right.
Or clean the house.
Right.
So I don't sort of know how to deal with sick
people. You know, that's funny because I grew up Irish Catholic home. My dad's a doctor. And first of all, he could, if you said, like, yeah, I'm not feeling too well, he would take the swab out and put it down your throat to get a culture, you know, and then take it to the lab and went, you're faking it. It took him, it took him like 3 days to figure it out. But also, I think that is an Irish thing. Like, well, you still, unless your legs drop off.
If you can walk.
Get to work. There's none of this lying around.
Right. So even though I saved my husband's life, I expected him to recover in like 2 days.
Now,
Get off the couch.
Well, that's because you're used to TV time. Like on television, it's like, well, we went to a commercial and we're back. You should be better now.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was.
Do you like going to the doctor? Are you afraid?
No, I don't hardly ever go to the doctor unless I think I'm dying.
Right.
And then I freak out, and then it's okay. I have to wait until I think I'm dying.
Right. So
then they think I'm crazy.
Right, because you go there and you...
I go there and I go, oh, no, it's starting in my trachea and it's down in my esophagus and I feel like I have a hole. And the doctor's like, would you like a Valium, first of all?
So who is this doctor? This Valium sounds good. I don't feel so good. Have some Valium. Thanks, doctor.
No, I was sort of like going, I'm dying. It wasn't really like, I don't feel so good.
Right.
So then he said I had acid reflux. That was my problem.
Right.
And
like Ashley Simpson. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's my excuse for everything now. That joke sucked. Acid reflux? Then I do a dance and it's all fine. Now, ER, here's something about your, here's the difference between our shows. ER watched by so many. No, just kidding. ER is, our show is on in foreign countries, but they don't dub it into other languages. Okay. The sort of like late night with, if you don't know English, you're screwed. But ER is one of those shows where they take the time to dub it into all these different languages. It's on all over the world. So you must be getting fan mail from people, in countries you've never even been to.
Yes, and it's nice, too. And it's in all different languages. But I got a letter last week that was a lot like that actual items thing.
Right.
Because the person apparently has a program on their computer. This woman, it was a very lovely letter, but that the computer translates it.
Right.
And so it started out like, hello, Maura Tierney. I am writing to you because I am a big fan of her work.
I love/despise you.
Yes, like that.
Yeah.
I watch her every week on ER.
Right.
I never lose a show, and I very much taste your role as Abby. Which is another thing.
That's an obscene letter, actually.
It's a little dirty. Yeah.
You know what's so weird is I've never even heard of that technology before, but I guess computers can now do these like translations. Yeah. That is so. I want to do a whole episode of this show that's been translated by one of those computers. I think that'd be really fun. Like, welcome to show now. Sit desk behind. Me kiss forehead. You see onion roll. You know, and just
what it was like.
Be the worst show we ever did, but I insist on doing it. You know, it's very nice of you to. I know you're very busy, and people watch ER and enjoy it and love it, but they don't know how much hard work goes into that show. So we really appreciate you stopping by and saying hi. Great to have you on the program. ER airs. I better tell people when ER. I love the part where I tell them when ER is on. Is Thursday nights at 10 on NBC. As if you didn't know. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank
Great
you.
to have you. Maura, Tierney, everybody. Tegan and Sarah when we come back. Stick around.